This is a story of how I landed my first ever part-time copywriting job as a beginner at just 21 years of age, making around $4,000 a month. Before my journey into copywriting, I was working in a commission-only sales job. I really didn't enjoy sales. In fact, I hated sales, and I didn't believe in the product that we were selling either. But one of the fortunate things that came out of that job was I had a great big library in the office. And while going through the library one night, I discovered a book on copywriting. And I immediately fell in love with the idea of getting paid to write for a living. So I'd stay back in the office after everyone had left, and I'd read all of these books on copywriting. I would study copywriting, practice writing, and dream of being a freelance copywriter one day. It wasn't until many months later that a good friend of mine convinced me to quit the sales job I hated, to then go back to my hometown of Sydney and become a freelance copywriter. With just $600 in my bank account, I moved into a share house and decided to try my hand at freelance copywriting. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to build a portfolio, I didn't have any experience, and I had no idea how to get my first client. But I did know that business owners hired copywriters because they didn't have the time to write the copy themselves, or they didn't know how to write persuasively. Now, this is back in 2004. There wasn't social media or really much online marketing materials out there. I knew if I was able to get in front of enough business owners that eventually someone would hire me. Luckily, a friend told me about a marketing seminar that was happening in my local area. I took the opportunity to sign up and attend this in-person seminar. Now, back then, I was 21, so I didn't have much confidence. I didn't have any business cards. I didn't have a suit, and I didn't really know anyone at this conference, but I went anyway. I was desperate to get my first client. So I remember sitting in the audience, terrified of networking, and then finally at one of the breaks, while waiting in line to get a coffee, I turned around and greeted the woman who was standing in line behind me. And I asked her two important questions, which you can use if you're ever standing in line at a seminar, waiting for coffee, wanting to meet other people. I said, "Are you enjoying the seminar?" When she answered, I said, "Is there anything that you've come here to learn in particular?" And she said, "Well, I really would like to learn about how to write copy for my website. Our website is so old and outdated, it really needs a makeover." And that's when I introduced myself as a copywriter. She was really interested in learning more about what I could do for her and invited me to her office next week for a meeting. I was so excited. He was my first lead. So the following week, I borrowed a suit. I went to her office. We had a really great meeting. And at the end of it, she agreed to hire me to write for her business. That turned into a part-time copywriting job. And I spent the next full year writing everything from sales pages, email campaigns, brochures, and marketing materials for her business. I got tons of experience and had enough money to keep myself afloat until I got my next copywriting client, which is a story for another video. So what can you learn from my story, and how can you use these lessons to get your first copywriting client? Well, the first lesson is attending in-person marketing seminars is a great way to meet your first client. And the reason why this can be so effective is because when you meet someone face-to-face, you're able to build rapport so much faster than if you were to meet people online or send them cold emails. When you look someone in their eye and shake their hand, they can see that you're a real life person. So what I'd recommend you do is go to websites like meetup.com and find marketing seminars or business-related seminars that are happening in your area. And if you're working for a particular niche or industry, ask yourself, what are the big industry events happening every year that I can attend to potentially meet my first or next copywriting client? If you make yourself visible by attending in-person events, you'll find that you'll be able to build rapport fast, network with potential clients, and maybe pick up your first or next copywriting client. If you enjoyed watching this video, I'm sure you'll enjoy reading my free guide, How to Become a Successful Freelance Copywriter. You can find it by clicking on the link in the video description below. And if you enjoyed this video, do consider liking it, leaving a comment, or subscribing to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.